Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Beyond Truck Podcast. Good morning, good night, wherever you're at. I want to say thank you for pouring in. I want to start off by saying thank you to Brenna from ATA. Hope you got a chance to listen to that podcast earlier today, yesterday. Again, not sure what time, where you're at, but go back and listen to it. And it's a great one. And please continue to share it. And, also you can find it on the YouTube channel. Please help me continue to keep growing that so we can keep pushing things out live to you. We're growing this platform and we're growing it for you. And you show up for us, we're showing up for you. So, I had the pleasure of last 2 weekends really spending my Saturdays with high professional, peak performing, top elite drivers, the Blue Angels, Navy SEALs of the industry. And, it was an honor to be in an intimate setting with these guys and just spend the quality time together to get better. And that's the great thing about professionals, being able to sit back and say, I'm open. I can check my ego at the door and we can have an open debriefing, it's like we kind of talked about that. And, we learned that from John Foley and the Blue Angels. And it's what made me think of this. And, I look back at some of the most watched podcasts and, reprogramming your current ECM, that emotional control module. And, that's what makes me think this, what we really did this weekend. And that's what made it great, where, we didn't show up with egos. We showed up with a mindset of training, not training. And, that trying is you're just going to attempt to do something. Where training is you're really working at enhancing that skill. So you work at it today, so you're able to do tomorrow what you can't do today. And that's what made it so great, because what I found out after looking at all the data and the numbers that we had was, number one, we're all human. Number two, we can all get better when we want to. But what gets in our own way sometimes? Our own egos, but our own, our own habits. That ECM in our mind that I talk about, the emotional control module, like on your engine, the electronic control module, the whole personality, it's your character. It's your sum of everything, your actions. And, what we talked about was we had decades of training in that room. Many of these people professionals were 20, 30, 40. Even one was 6 decades of driving. But when you go through 1, 2, 3, 4 decades of driving, what you get is habits. That's the program that got downloaded in our brain. These things that we did over time. And when you look back and you go back to 30 years, all these things have been put into our brain. Number one, you can't compare 2026 to 2006, let alone 1996 or 86 or 76. Hell, think about it. What was your computer in 1976? Texas Instrument calculator? Hell, now we got them in our phones. But over the years, we've got these things downloaded into our brains. Our brains, that is what I tell you, where the heavy load's carried. That is the minefield. That is the battlefield right there. Because they're fighting for our attention. They spend billions of dollars to control your mind. And over them years, I found out that we had these micro shifts of negativity, or just maybe bad habits. I don't even want to use the word bad habits, but just things that we could have done better. Then as the industry got better, and the technology got better, the roads got safer, the trucks got safer, the computers came along, and then some of our habits stayed the same. What would you do if you were still driving the car you had in 1976? I think about it. If we never changed, we'd still be we'd just be riding faster horses, wouldn't we? We wouldn't even have the automobile. You know, the world changes. We have to learn to change with it. The change isn't what we're afraid of. It's the change of the unknown on the other side is what we're afraid of. You know, we become emotionally blind to these things. You know, it's the decades of that negative programming, and now that we've been introduced to this phone that sits on our bed, that we got to pick it up when as soon as we wake up and we start comparing ourselves, our current reality to somebody else's highlight reels that are fake, and then they're infecting our mind with all the negativity and all this other garbage. Our memory card fills up, doesn't it? Our computer goes on overload. Then it crashes. And then we crash. When we crash mentally, we crash physically, right? Then that's where we quit showing up, or we lose that drive and that purpose and that pep in our step and that fire in our heart that keeps you going. I am going to be the one to bring that back. I am going to bring that back. I promise you. Because, you know, we have to download and delete all that stuff in the decades. Get rid of it. Hey, there's a few things we're going to re-upload again into that. But some of them habits, some of them things, some of them beliefs got to go away to make room for the new one. There's almost so much memory that your memory card is going to hold. You know, I was on a call today about our minds, and it's capable of 11 million data points. We're introduced to like 11 million of them all the time, but our brain's only capable of controlling or absorbing 50 of them, 40 to 50 of them. We have a lot of information coming in our mind, and we need to start saying to ourselves, it's not worth it. We have a decision every day to be who we are. Every decision every choice was a decision. Every decision is your destiny in life. I'm telling you, every decision you make is either a brick in your foundation or a hit with a wrecking ball. And you know, we often want to give that power to that little thing on your dash right now, or probably what you're listening to this to. And that's why I want to come to you with this positive message. Don't give the power of the world over your mind to that phone. I want you to download and delete so you can make room for the new up software. Because I don't want you to just live every day. I want you to be alive. Thrive to be alive. You know, I used to say thrive to drive. I want to thrive to be alive. Them previous years that you had and when it was back and it seemed like it was simpler because you were engaged. That was new information. It didn't have all this other highlight reels and all these other Instagram postings, and Facebook never existed, and all these filters and this phony BS stuff out there that makes people feel like makes them look like they're succeeding in life when they're failing. And then you compare yourself to that. And now you've downloaded all this other junk, negativity, depression, comparison. What part of that is any winning recipe? What part of that is part of any positive gratitude in your life? What part of that will ever expand you to a better version of you? None of it will. All it does is rob you of your energy, rob you of your peace, rob you of your self-worth, rob you of everything that you have. And guess what you do it? You do it first thing in the morning. That thing buzzes and you pick it up and, oh, what's going on? You know what? I've survived for 62 years, I've survived every war. And think about it, we've come out on top of every war, haven't we? Why worry about it? Are you going to change it? Worry about things we can change. In 62 years, I've survived every Gulf War, 9/11, all these other bombings. Focus on what we need to focus on today, being the best version of you. I survived every winter, every summer, every tragedy, every adversity, every baseball game you lost, every football game you lost, losing friends. We survive everything. It takes your mindset to survive it. I know it's not easy. I didn't say it would be. But I can assure you, if you're looking for life to be easy, it is the wrong life for you. There is nothing easy about having the best life possible because it's going to be painful. I don't care if you go to the gym and lift weights. It's painful. It creates pain. But the reward you get later is where it pays off. Or do you want the reward now? Then when you're older, you have all the pain. To have the life that you want and you so deserve will require some pain. I can assure you that. If anybody ever promised you a life that's pain-free, they lied to you. So I want to take some time and I want to take this, get rid of this data. I want you to shut that internal computer down tonight, and I want you to delete all that negativity, delete all that script running in your mind, because as you end your night tonight, it's going to be the start of your new day tomorrow. Yeah. You are architecting the future right now. You're tomorrow morning. So I want you to find time to connect with yourself. I want you to be grateful for what you got. Because some people aren't even blessed to have today. The shipments you delivered, the legacy you delivered, the people that you fed today, the things that you did. There's plenty of things in your life to be grateful for. That you missed the accident. You got to come across this person. If you go through life and you think you don't have nothing to be grateful for today, you get a hold of me at thrive at beyondthetruck.com and we're going to engage one-on-one. I can assure you. We're going to change that perspective. We're going to change that narrative. We're going to change your lenses you're looking through that world through. And that's one thing I learned about spending these last 2 weekends with these professionals. I had guys come up to me with tears in their eyes, and I need to do better. That's how emotionally attached they were to who they are. Some of them felt they were that far gone. Maybe they were. But you know what? They found a new place to start. And you know what? There's no better place than that. Every destination has a beginning, doesn't it? That destination they have in their mind had a new beginning. They're running a new script on their mind. They're able to say, you know what? I can do better. I will do better. I control the internal narrative. I control the data points. I'm controlling what gets uploaded in that computer. Your brain is a supercomputer. Your brain is a super weapon. Your brain is your superpower. Your body will follow your brain. The words that come out of it, the thoughts that go run through it, the emotions, everything. If you tell yourself you'll live healthy, you will live healthy. If you tell yourself that's just me, we weren't made for that, you will never be made like that. I don't want you to go through life wishing you would have done something. Because I know one thing. Everything we have is a choice. That choice is a decision only on you, your behalf, your belief. And that choice is your destiny in life. So as we end this, I want you to know one thing. As you architect your future for tomorrow and you lay down tonight, take time to connect with yourself. The most important one in the world, yourself. Find time to connect with your family, call your loved ones. You know, the ones you haven't talked to in a while, the ones you miss. Yeah. Don't give the power to that little plastic thing that you hold on to in your hand that they fight for your space in your mind and the data points in your mind. So you can endlessly scroll and look at somebody else's highlight reels. No. Create your own highlight reels in your own mind with your own people, in your own time with your own narrative, your own story. You're the highlight. They are not. Comparison is your enemy. And we're going to talk about uploading that new software here real quick. But to make room for any new software, we got to get rid of the old software. And I know one thing. That means you got to pull all that information out. And sometimes it takes a while. And you got to just get rid of it and leave it shut down. And then you start it up. And we start pushing all this information a little at a time. And that's what we're doing. A little at a time. You keep stacking them little movements every single day. Letting the car in. Increasing your distance. One more today, one more tomorrow, one more today, one more tomorrow. Building a mindset of gratitude. Dressing nicer. I guarantee you, you'll see greatness in you like I do. You keep coming. We're going to keep coming for you. March 28th, 2 p.m., Mid-America Truck Show. We're going to be talking on the stage. Share it. Get out to the YouTube channel. Check out Brenna. Beautiful young lady. We had a great conversation on increasing the image of this industry. And guess what? If you want your healthiest life, we better upload that new software because we can't run in 2026 with 1996 software. It just don't work that way, guys and ladies. We love you. We appreciate you. Keep showing up. We're going to keep showing up for you.